We're going to do the first hacker replay of the season. Majority of these submissions were actually after the anti-cheat update, which, in my opinion, fixed a lot of Siege. I don't know if everyone would agree with this, but ever since they did their anti-cheat update on the 4th, I have faced no cheaters. I have faced people who used to cheat and who don't have cheats anymore. I have faced people who DDoS, but I haven't faced any like aimbotters, wallers, anything like that. So a decent amount of these matches are actually after that update. We'll see how consistently people were actually facing cheaters. I also did download 7 because I think some of them are going to be obvious. I'm trying to get more non-obvious matches, but that's always hard. But yeah, so what I'm really curious to see today is whether the cheating problem has actually been resolved, because there are other content creators like King George who's tweeted nonstop saying that he only faces cheaters even after the update. And like, I know he's top champ. His visible rank is also way different than mine, but I am also in champ lobbies and I don't face cheaters. So I'm like, is it exaggerated, or is it possibly also just the fact that the only other people who would probably be in top champ are actual cheaters versus the people in my lobbies are just like, yeah, we're just trying to play and have fun. Who knows? But anyways, let's get into the match. The first one is a very specific one that I wanted to download because we recently made a video on this. You guys might remember that I made a video covering the top 100 champs at the end of the season to see how many of them were cheating, just based off stats. It wasn't conclusive evidence. It was just this, account has very high stats for a very low level. They're probably cheating, blah, blah, just trying to see how many people in the top 100 were cheating. So today we have someone from the top 100. We have VT-D who's accusing Quaint Raptor, and we'll show you who that is at the end when I show up or look at the stats. This was one of the top champs that I said was very likely to have been cheating for a long time. Or like the entire time. I haven't watched this obviously, so I don't know if they're actually cheating, but this person said it was pretty blatant. But we'll see. Extended barrel. Oh, yeah, he's cheating. Extended barrel, iron sights on the bearing 9. And he locked onto someone through a wall, and he's just going to run below and kill them. So he is obviously cheating. This match is only from 2 days ago, so he obviously still has his cheats online even after the anti-cheat update. And he was top 100. He was actually top 10 in the world for champs, and he didn't get banned. Also, I believe, I could be wrong, I think he has the dev attachment skin on. Although that could be like the containment event or extraction event or whatever. It's like hazard yellow. What's surprising is like, for someone who, in my opinion, is being incredibly blatant, because, he's obviously running around shooting people through floors, he seems to be holding back a decent amount. My guess is that he doesn't want to make it too obvious. But, I mean, it's obvious to us. That was very, very blatant. So, to reveal who it was, you guys might remember it was DRS. I think he was number 9 in the world. And clearly not banned. And to prove that it is him and not just some random that we're going to claim was him, I will find the match. This one was on Coastline. I assume it's this one. Oh, that was from today. It was this one. So Quaint Raptor is DRS. We talked about, he ended number 7 at the end of last season with 500 matches cheating at this level. People claim he's DMA. He also played with, you guys might remember from this one stream, but he played a lot with a cheater that we got banned manually. Plays with a lot of 3-letter account names, which are obviously all sold accounts that are being traded around, or sold names. They're all cheating together. Probably he's just boosting a bunch of them. I would assume, also based off the name Siege Skins, that this person probably just got a ton of accounts with their friends and are just leveling up rapidly. This is definitely something that I will personally submit to Ubisoft, because this needs to be looked into. All these 3-letter accounts that are just blatantly cheating for so long and not getting banned, that is not okay. This type of shit should be taken care of very quickly, and instead he made it to top 7 champs or number 7 champ in the world without getting banned. Why Nomad shaking like that? Well, that's the first match. So clearly, a lot of cheats still exist. They can still do whatever they want. They will probably get banned. I assume this is one of those cases where I'll be able to submit it and Ubisoft will take it seriously. In the meantime, we'll keep moving on to the next match, which is on Oregon. In this match, we have Phil Cypher, who's accusing QX80. To be honest, I don't really remember what the submission was about. I do remember I tried to choose as many non-obvious matches as possible. I think the first 3 might be a bit more obvious. I can't remember. It's only a 4-round match. I can't remember why I chose it. We'll find out. I feel like I maybe chose this one because I swear it said that they're not obviously cheating, but they got 4-0, so I was like, maybe I'll just check and see what happened. Actually, we have Phil Cypher in chat. Could you just remind me? Otherwise, I'll pull up the text document. Okay, I don't like this new thing. If I rewind, it goes to the person who submitted the match and not who I'm currently watching. That's going to be a very annoying feature. But she just jumps up here. Capcan's just blatantly running in front of the door. Ash also misses a ton of shots. Kind of looked like she was lagging because she was shooting behind him and still landing a few shots. But so far, nothing suspicious. Seems like just a good player. Also, I can't remember if this is ranked or unranked. He pinged where the Womai was, but I mean, Womai had just shot at him, so he knew that he was there. This was unranked? Okay. So I'm gonna guess it's probably just a matchmaking thing that they probably paired a really good champ against people who probably shouldn't be in this lobby. But I do like watching some of these matches because I do think it helps a little bit to watch legit champs play or just legit high ranked players play and have my viewers understand that just because someone's high ranked does not mean they're cheating. They could just be good and you might just be, you know, worse. Because yeah, so far he hasn't done a single thing that's been that suspicious. He is a champ. He has a champ charm. He's just like fully going off sound and reacting to everything. He's checking every corner. I just want to see. Did he see the gun or something? Yeah, he did. I was wondering why it looked like he pre-fired, but he could see her gun poking out. Someone looks like they just pinged. Actually, oh, the ping I probably heard was from the orange team. The guy's doing a good job of just holding. He's playing patient. I know I just talked about this on Twitter. I think it was last night. No extended barrel. Means he's clean. Cheaters always run extended barrel. Ace for QX. I think that was fun. But see, this is what a normal high-ranked player plays like. He has a champ background as well. Also, I would probably add the caveat that this is probably a champ who's playing well, but also probably isn't caring too much because it's just... it's unranked. He probably just like, I'm just going to run around and gun as much as I can. Which is why, like, that's how I play in unranked. You know, champ level, but champ who doesn't care. Because I'm kind of cool like that. Uh-oh. You don't rush from that far. I feel like we have a rank disparity going on here. You don't put a Maestro camera on a soft wall. I'll look at the accounts after, obviously, but my guess is either there's going to be probably one diamond or champ on orange team. That's why you don't put a Maestro camera on a soft wall. Or this QX80 guy has never played unranked before, so his matchmaking or his MMR in unranked is like copper. Good reaction. Honestly, not even that good. You like stared at him for a little bit, so I mean, well, we do know he could be lagging. He did lag, or it looked like he was lagging earlier. He's checking almost everything the same as he did last time. The only thing he didn't check was the close corner. Each season resets the unranked hit and MMR. Not really. It does a little bit, but it's not a full reset. I think my very first unranked game of this season was against champs. Because I'm just unranked champ. I wish it reset it. That would be very nice if it full reset or even partially reset. There, it looked like he... It almost looked like he was pre-firing the video as soon as he finally was about to peek, but... I mean, I've been in that position too, where you're just like... I've been holding this angle forever. I'm just going to shoot as I look away, hoping that I kill them as I look away. It's kind of a way to counter siege timing. Is like a way people describe it. Hard to tell what he was looking at with the concussion, but that could look different from as well. Only day 6 of the new season. Give it a few weeks and the cheater floodgates will open. I mean, they opened day 1. And then they got closed day 4. And now we're waiting to see if they've opened again. Or sorry, it was day 3. I use extended barrel and frost. Frost is an exception, but in general, as soon as you see someone running extended barrel, you're like, But yeah, it was Bolo who, or someone tweeted about Bolo being like, Bolo as soon as he sees someone running extended barrel, and it was the Dokes meme from, I think his name is, or I think that's how you pronounce it, Dokes from Dexter. But it's true, bro. If people run extended barrel on guns that aren't Frost C1 9mm, it's like, I don't know about that. Okay, Phil did mention that round 3 was the weirdest. It was a little weird that he knew someone was going to be there without droning, but again, playing unranked and just trying to be aggressive, he's probably like, someone's probably going to be holding this, and oh, and he almost pre-fired Tubarão there. We haven't seen him pre-fire too much this match, but we have seen him do, like, he holds an angle and then, like we saw in the last round, he holds an angle and then as soon as he's about to swing away, he pre-fires. In hopes that he kills someone. We saw that last round. Yeah, so far, even the Capcan thing wasn't that suspicious. I think he's fine. He probably saw the barbed wire and maybe he was just like putting 2 and 2 together. He's like, I bet they're probably going to try to swing me when I hit this. So he swung, or like he hit it as bait and then pre-fired. I'm surprised he knew that Tubby fully swung there, but maybe let me rewind it a bit and see if he heard him. I mean, someone pinged him, so they probably could have called swinging, swinging, swinging. It's a little weird that he knew that, like, exactly where he was in the room, but not impossible. A lot happened there very quickly, so he probably just heard him swing. Look fun. Also, it's always important to mention, and like this is why I want to watch a match like this, because a lot of people don't realize this. There are a lot of times where high-level champ players, to the average person, will look like super, super sus. And even in the replay, you'll be like, ooh, that was a little weird. But when you're a high-ranked player playing against usually low-ranked players, it's pretty easy to just like predict and pre-fire and try to just catch them off guard. As long as they're not coppers, because it's kind of like a bell curve. It's like, I don't even a bell curve. Just the lower you get, the easier it becomes, or the harder it becomes to predict them, because low-ranked people don't know what they're doing. But if it's like a gold lobby and you're champ, you can probably predict what they're going to do and react faster than them. Maybe not this OSA setup. I don't know how to possibly predict this, but I think he's just beating them to every punch, but not in a suspicious way. Champ in the low-level lobbies is like MJ in the 90s. Or as Evan would put it, Michael Jordan against a group of plumbers. I think he's fine. He's even struggling to control the SMG-12 recoil. Yeah, just so people know, this is what a normal champ looks like. Aggressive, pre-firing, knowing how people are going to try to play. His positioning here is very questionable for a champ, but yeah, I don't think he realized the mirror was open and that people weren't attic, even though he could see that the mirror was open. But he was fine. So that is what you should expect in champ, not what we've seen before. He's been champ twice. He was consistently diamond for a while, took a pretty big break from siege, came back, champ and diamond, left for another season, came back again. He was champ last season, top 10,000 champ, and then now he hasn't played at all. His history is a little weird, but let me see. At level 500, he's probably level 500 for a champ. Oh, it's so hard to tell now because of how it works with the new leveling system. It could be a Smurf, but he has a good history, so I feel like, or consistent history, so I feel like it's probably his main account. Yeah, oh, he was fine. Just small things that I feel like would just be suspicious of anyone, but again, happens a lot in Siege. People don't realize how many suspicious moments happen in a game of Siege that you just never notice until you actually review the footage. There's a lot. A lot. All right, in this match, we have a side of fries, or the side of fries, who's accusing Ash the Mash 2468. Who do we appreciate? I still can't believe, I need to remember to clip that, or get a clip of that. The bug that I had yesterday where I just straight up couldn't put down cap can traps or any of my gadgets. I've had similar bugs in the past, but never that specific one. The closest one I've had is when I pulled out my bee launcher as Grim and I couldn't swap back to my primary weapon. I had to shoot all of my bees before I could swap back. But yesterday I just had, straight up, could not use my gadget. Couldn't put anything down, but only barricade. He pinged the window that everyone was coming that way, but I think when, let me rewind real quick. When he pinged, I think yeah, you'd probably be able to hear that outside. They're at the bottom of the stairs. Is that extended barrel? I think that's extended barrel, chat. It is extended barrel. Chat, I think they're cheating. Only because of that. They're either cheating or they're so bad that they don't know any better. It's only one of the two. For someone who doesn't really seem to understand positioning or know angles, he seems to be pre-firing a lot. This lobby also seems really bad since we have Doc, who is trying to peek outside from like 20 meters away with a shotgun. Doc also opened up that entire wall. Now, obviously, this isn't definitive proof, but he doesn't even aim at the ping. He aims at the Brava. It kind of like overlaps between both, but it definitely looked like he was peeling more towards Brava than the actual ping. Which, I don't know about you. If someone pings a window and says shoot here, I'm going to shoot at the ping, not to the right of it. Capcan has extended barrel, but not a zombie. I don't think there's a single operator who doesn't have extended barrel. As long as it's an automatic gun, I think it has extended barrel, doesn't it? Also, they have the same guns, so obviously they both have extended barrel. Okay. Someone in chat said controller, but with how he was shaking left and right, I don't think that's controller. Capcan SMG is perfectly manageable with extended barrel. The reason I'll never believe chat is because, like, let's be honest, chat. Y'all kind of trash. You know? You're not good players. You're okay players. But you're not good. So when people in chat tell me extended barrel is perfectly manageable, and then you have people like Bolo, who are considered to be one of the top pros of all time, for how good they are, and he even says that extended barrel is suspicious because it's so hard to control, I might take the expert opinion and believe Bolo over you guys. My cam froze again? Bro, I thought I fixed it yesterday. Or today. Alright, well, there you go. Fixed it. Now, before we were so rudely interrupted by my camera freezing, again, if someone like Bolo says running extended barrel is sus, I'm gonna believe that over chat saying, it's not bad to control. Although, to be fair, I'm sure a decent amount of people in chat who say that, who say extended barrel is not that hard to control, are controller players, and they don't realize how bad it is on PC. Or, honestly, probably have macros and stuff. Like, this guy can't control it worth shit. He's spraying all over the place. He doesn't... He's looking outside, but the person's in, and he's getting pinged, and he still doesn't realize. I don't know. There's multiple possibilities. He could be so bad that we don't think he's cheating. Actually, he left. He's back. But he could be so bad that we don't think he's cheating, but he is. Or he's just bad. He left and rejoined. That in itself is not suspicious, but it does have the trend of being cheaters who do that. Also, the lobby is a little buggy, but I mean, that's just match replay. The Capcan not being able to hit his drone says volumes about the lobby. I want to see if he has extended barrel on Brava. He does. That is extended barrel. So he runs extended barrel on everyone. And he just smoked the window before he drones in, but now he can't see the window because of the smoke. These are real people. You know what's the scariest part? These people can vote. Oh, both of them just got destroyed. Again, very little recoil control. How did he know Mozzie was flanking? Okay, so he shoots here. I would assume when you're shooting here, with the sound of the gun and the focus of trying to shoot someone, you're probably too focused to listen for background noise. But as soon as he hops on drone, Mozzie does sprint. We'll have to assume that the sprint is what gave Mozzie away. He did see Frost there for a split second. This sounds like a crazy thing to do here, to drone right next to the door that everyone's fighting at. Iron sights in those guns is quite a popular thing. Jinx, I assume that's supposed to be Jinxie. Used it for most of his pro career. I always immediately write off people in chat who call Jinxie a pro. Not because I'm a Jinxie hater or anything, but because it means that they don't understand that Jinxie was never a pro. He was only ever a content creator. I also assume that has to do with people who still think that the $100,000 controller tournaments they did were actual tournaments, even though there was no prize pool and they just were giving each other like $10 for the tournament. Clickbait works wonders on people. They were real prize pools. Alright, now we're talking about it. No, the console tournaments are not real prize pools. I'm sorry to... Wait, what? I'm sorry to say that you guys might have been the victim of clickbait, but the console tournaments that, like, all the console creators would run, there was no prize pool. It was just a creator show match, basically. Because, like, are we expected to believe that these console players were putting up 100K every single week against each other? Like, no, that's not how that works. I'm kind of confused on the cams because it looked like he pierced the wall with the cam, but it didn't actually go through. Might be a spectator bug, but also could be, if he was cheating, a type of cheat where he can look through without the camera being visible, but I doubt it because the first camera looks like it got shot. This guy's so funky with how he moves that I don't know how he could be a cheater. I do remember in the file he said he uses 0 like how old cheaters used to use pulse, but I'm not seeing that. Okay, so it's definitely bugged. Because he just did the same thing with the camera, and it didn't go through the wall. But someone pinged for him where Frost or Castle was because of that camera. And someone's still pinging on that camera. It's definitely just a replay bug. I don't think he's cheating. I don't think he's cheating. Chat's still trying to argue that there was big prizes for the roller tournament. I remember, who was it? I think Priest told me. I don't know if he was like invited to it or if he was just talking to people about it. He said the prize was $100 for the team. So $20 a person. I don't know about you guys, but that's a little different than 100K. Just a little. I honestly don't know if I keep watching this because I don't think he's cheating anymore. Like, the extended barrel is weird. And it's funny that every single gun he runs extended barrel on. Actually, he might not be running on this. I think that's flash hider. Could be wrong. But it's funny that he was running a lot of extended barrel after I said everyone who runs extended barrel is cheating. But I don't think this guy is cheating. He leaves the match at some point and then returns, in which a cheater from the same night had done. The last round is the most sus. I think he plays a 0 for the same reason cheaters used to use pulse. That's what the text document says. Let's go to the last round. Oh, I just saw T-posing Thatcher. Okay, so apparently this last round is the most suspicious. There is someone in garage, but he just heard them punch the wall. And he seems very confused by that. Yeah, they did make a full punch and he didn't seem to notice it. Camera bugged again, but he's seeing them. I don't really see what is the suspicious thing here. Again, he's putting down cams and pinging people. Back in the day, people used to use pulse, but they wouldn't even scan people. They'd just be like, I just saw you on pulse scanner. This guy's at least actually using his utility. He's pinging where people are. He also seems really bad, so I'm going to guess that this is probably not a good lobby. This is probably a lower ranked lobby with people who might not be that good. He also is finally getting some good recoil control. Again, it looks like he's using a flash hider, not an extended barrel, so he actually could be decent if he stopped running extended barrel on everything. He also needs to learn how to position himself when getting on cams. He does it so out in the open that it stresses me out. Like here, I think you put the cam on the wall and then you go around the corner and you go on cams. Or, oh my god, don't stand in front of the breach wall with just on your cams, bro. It's stressing me out. The aces in the final round. I know I just said a lot of stuff about how he seemed fine, that he seemed questionable. Or that he didn't seem too questionable. Did it not seem weird how aggressive he got all of a sudden? It felt like he, like, you know, hit the switch and just flipped. Like in the previous rounds, he was so slow, he didn't know what to do, but then here, he just fucking sprints in and gets a 4K. Like here, he's on cams in the middle of the breach, whiffs a decent amount on that person, but then just sprints in, boom, dead. It flicks over to the door perfectly, by the way. Boom, dead. And then he just keeps flicking around. I feel like this is not the same person we just watched. It's not proof or anything, but that feels like a completely different person. Let's see what his history says. He peaked in silver. Majority of that gameplay, I would say, looked like silver. Do you think that last round looked like silver? I don't think so. I think that looked like platinum plus. He used to also play on PlayStation, and he peaked in silver again. So he's never been above silver once in his career. And then on this Outback match, it looks like everyone in the lobby is also silverish. 1.66 KD. He's only played 4 matches, so you can't really judge the KD too harshly there. Pretty easy to inflate with 4 matches. He just locked in. His mom called him for dinner. He passed his brother's controller. I don't know. I don't think we got proof of cheating in any capacity or like solid capacity, but that didn't seem like him playing at the end. That'd be like if I suddenly was acing everyone and it was actually like Spoit playing for me. No one would believe that. I've had a rare lock-in moment like that. I'm not even sober. It's possible. It did feel weird. The person we saw at the end of the match was not the person we saw even like the round before that. I definitely cannot say cheating. Getting 16 kills is pretty crazy for someone who's a peak silver, but it is a silver lobby. He also, if I look at just ranked, that was the last game he played. He dropped 16 kills. The highest kills he's ever dropped was a year ago at 10. So that he popped off. He also, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, his headshot rating was pretty low. So I don't think cheating. Seemed weird, but not cheating. Next match is Canal. Did I join the 1v1 tournament? Like the one that they're doing in Paris? No, because I don't think creators should join that. In this match, we have Biosuta, who's accusing I am the Chuz. What is the attachment skin? Like a dark purple. I've never seen the attachment skin before, but he also has default weapon skin. Does anyone know? It almost looks like a dark version of Chroma Streaks. Okay, at the very least, this is a low skill lobby. Because he doesn't know that you can stop calling as Doka B sooner. You don't have to hold it as long as you do, or as he did. This is the latest Halloween attachment skin. I don't remember that one. Or it looking like that, but I'll believe chat. Look like a reaction. And then he dies. Oh, the ancient Greece looking one? The Scopos one? I think you might be right, actually. I don't think that's the Halloween one. Because it did have like that very decorative magazine skin. He's believing the ping even though there's literally no one in here. He's just running around. He didn't shoot the Capcan traps. If Ash walks in and that recharge didn't destroy traps, she'll probably die. That looked fine. I didn't see anything weird there. Why bother with an attachment skin but no gun skin? It is a little weird. But, I mean, there are some people who don't like weapon skins, but maybe they like attachment skins. I don't know. Oh, she has a weapon skin here. I don't know. Let me pull it up. The text document. He says, I don't know if he's cheating or not, but there was multiple times Chuz would pre-aim through a wall with no drones or intel. Round 3 is what made me believe he was cheating, and on round 4 he killed a buck after the buck believed he was also cheating. So the round we just watched was apparently the most convincing one for him to be cheating. I feel like he just jumped in and someone was on drone pinging for him and he cleared everything, and then all he did was drop, hatch, and kill one person. I don't know how that's proof. He would have heard the shotgun shots from the trench door. But he also seems to not know the map layout because he was just holding a corner that there's no entrance from. So the buck there is accused him of cheating. But like, and when Buck shoots the door, you would be able to hear this as the Valkyrie downstairs. It would probably be a little bit difficult to understand exactly what you heard, but if you had a rudimentary understanding of the map, you'd be able to understand where they're coming from. Also, I feel like I didn't hear it that time. Oh. I mean, it's match replay. It's very finicky. The first time through, I heard him shotgun open the door. That time, I didn't hear any shotgun shots. But I don't really think that this is suspicious. I think that is fine. Given how long Hacker Replay has already been and we still have 3 more matches to look at, I might not watch the rest of this. I'll probably skip to the last round just in case, but I don't think he's cheating. That looked fine as well. A little dumb, but I don't think this lobby is very good, to be honest. Any non-hackers in the replays this time? So far, 2. 2 non-hackers. But I specifically chose matches that I was like, the person probably isn't cheating, and I'm specifically choosing this because I want some non-cheaters. But they always could be cheating. Yeah, I don't think this guy's cheating. You can tell there he was a little bit extra confused because he heard the lion jump in, but it was the window above him, and he thought it was the window in the room that he's in. Because siege audio is fucking terrible. He doesn't even get a kill this round, he just dies. Holy recoil control. That was like me level. Yeah. I don't think he's cheating. He is the chuz. It was also submitted as a hard stuck silver is cheating. I wouldn't even call him hard stuck. I mean, 44 matches, but let's see. He would have probably been able to make it to gold if he just kept playing ranked. I don't think he's cheating. Alright, match number 4 done. Now we're going to move on to match number 5, Coastline. It actually perfectly worked out that I did one of each map for the first 3, and then Canal is the middle one, and then one of each map for the last 3. I didn't even plan that. In this match we have I'm Not Small at All, who's accusing Luminari of cheating. He's AFK the entire beginning. He's also using the Cybertruck, which it's not as indicative of cheating as the extended barrel, but a lot of really bad people run Cybertruck site. You got cheaters usually run it a lot. Roy runs a lot, so you know that you don't want to be in that company. He was just AFK all around and then died. Oh, he left and came back? That's never a good sign. We'll give him a chance, right? You never know until he gets a kill of whether he's cheating. No, he definitely left to toggle on, came back. He also, again, telling you, people who run the Cybertruck, like holographic, don't know what they're doing. He doesn't even know the map. He was trying to position himself to go kill the person with the diffuser, and he didn't understand that someone was at the window looking at him, and he just like, and then just died. He's obviously cheating, though. We don't have to watch any more rounds. That was very, very blatant. His username is Luminari. He has a 2.5 KD in unranked across how many matches? 51 matches. I feel like that should be high enough to get him flagged. He does not play with anyone. I'm going to assume he's not banned since he's been playing as of 35 minutes ago. He has... Okay. Again, stats. Stat bans should be a thing. I've talked to Ubisoft about them, and I still don't understand if they even are being implemented. But in 184 kills, he has a 96% headshot rating. 96. You can tell that he is clearly intentionally throwing matches to try to maybe lower his like KD a little bit. But in every single match that he wins, he has 100% headshot rating. And in some of these matches, he drops 13 kills. No one's dropping 13 kills with 13 headshots. Not even like Stompin' or Spoit. You don't do that. Some of them are going to be body shots. Some of them are going to be explosives, which don't count as a headshot. Some of them are going to be traps or gadgets or whatever. 13 headshots in a row. 97% headshot rating. Not humanly possible. How Ubisoft does not track that quickly and this person can just cheat is beyond me. I don't know. He also has never played ranked, so that means he's not high enough level to play ranked. He's only played 89 matches. He should have been banned by now. That's all I'll say. Are the replays from the season? Yes, because once the new season starts, all the replays stop working. So I have to always have new season replays. All right, second last match of the day, we have Jamin P, who's accusing Pina8 hyphen. He's running, is that just all white? White attachment skin, white weapon skin, Marley charm, all white. I will say, it's not often we see people who are actually cheating run a streamer charm. I think the recent example we've had was the cheater from the test server was running the titanium Rolo charm. But I think that's about it. So you're saying we have 6 and 7 replays today? No, I'm saying we have 7. Not 6 or 7, not 6 and 7, just 7. These kids. That looked fine, right? Yeah. It was fast reaction time, but it wasn't anything bad. Especially, like, the door is open, there's a drone next to you. It's probably not a bad idea to just, like, pre-fire that. His recoil control is really bad. Wait, he reported him just from that? Thank you for your report. Literally, that's all it took? Does that not feel preemptive? Again, door's open, he sees the drone. He just... It looks like he was trying to pre-fire, honestly. And he was just slow. I think that's a little preemptive of a report. His recoil control is terrible. And watch us all be proven wrong that he is actually cheating. But that seemed a little preemptive. I'll probably watch one defense round and then maybe just switch to just last round, but we'll see what happens. Like, maybe I might be being a little too preemptive to also just dismiss the case instead of thinking like, yeah, you know what, maybe he is cheating. And then he dies to a climber. Marley and Joyer, they aren't cheaters. You never know. I've been told by people that they've run into cheaters who are running my charm. Cheaters come in all shapes and sizes. Usually large and short. Like round and short, but they do come in all shapes and sizes. Your charm does give aimbot, that is also true. In case chat didn't know, if you sub to the Twitch channel using your Prime, or any type of sub, you do get my charm, which gives you basically aimbot. He has no idea he's being shot from the top. He thinks he's being shot from right in front of him. Rounds is this again? 9? Okay, we're gonna watch 6 and 9. We'll see what made them go to overtime, and then we'll see what happened in the very last round. I don't think he's cheating, given how he had no idea where the fuse was. I think this was a rage report. If this guy's also not cheating, that means today we'll have so far 4 not cheaters and 2 cheaters, and then we'll have 1 extra match that I only included because I thought this was going to be very short, but Turns out we're probably going to watch it. He is 2 and 4 in round 6, and he got reported. This guy held on to his grudge. Go back even more. They also, the supposed cheater loses this round. No thermal glass. Kind of crazy. Always keep thermal on. He was about to just, I guess, swing the door, but he did that with such confidence of just smoking without clearing anything and not checking if someone was there that I don't think he's cheating. There's a lot of kills at the end of this round. Double suicide? Why'd you do this? Weird. He must have said something to him. Or maybe he was just mad that he was doing bad and that Hippuck was doing good. I don't know. He's whiffing, but this all looks fine, I think, right? He's definitely being more aggressive than he normally was, like in the previous rounds, but he still hasn't really done much. But also, I think this would go for almost any rank. At this point, you have to be aggressive. If one of your teammates team kills and suicide, like, you have no choice but to be aggressive. If you play it passively, you're just going to get overwhelmed by a 5v3. Fast forwarding because this is just a lot of nothing for a little bit. He jumped in. And then he dies. That was a pretty decent lineup because he did line up. He didn't even line up the window or the person. He lined up like nothing in between them. But it was close to the person and not at the window. But that just makes me feel like he doesn't know what the lineup is. So he just went for it and then died. Jump in right there. He just shoots between the window and the corner and then dies. Wow. I don't think he's cheating. Peanut 8, unranked with a 1 KD and unranked. Previously platinum with a negative KD in 72 matches. Definitely should not be in platinum, given his history of being stuck in bronze and silver. But that's only 21 matches. Let me check one thing. I don't know if it'll even show it because of how old this is, but no, it doesn't show it. I was gonna see how much elo he was gaining back then, but I don't think he was cheating. Let me see what the text document said in the submission. He said it's called Hard to Tell. Reported him in the first round for what felt like super fast reaction. My whole team reported him round 7 because he hip fire wall banged me. All right, let's go back to round 7. And then he even says in the text document, it doesn't look like he's cheating, but he seems to know where everyone is, or he knows more than he should. These guys team killed again. Why did he forgive him? Forgave him for some reason. I don't know. Weird. So he hip fire wall bangs this round. I feel like that would just be getting lucky. Also, I will say his recoil control here is way better than what we saw in round 1. Okay, he's aiming up because Hibana shot from the window down, so he knew that someone was up there. That is a crazy move to tear down that barricade. That's more the normal recoil I'm expecting from this guy. When does he kill him? The very last kill of the round. I don't think he's cheating. How do I feel about Evan doing hacker replay as well? How's Evan doing hacker replay? Not that I really care, but I'm just curious. That looked fine. I think he heard him shoot the camera. Would have heard Bravo run away. I think he thought there would be a rotate there and then realized there wasn't. That was a good flick. I could understand why you'd be suspicious in that round, especially with that hip fire headshot. I still think he played that mostly normal. It was just that last kill, but one kill and not really much of a stat history to say anything. I think it was probably more lucky. Every dog has their day. I think that was fine. Also, you said Evan just made a hacker replay video. Let's see. Let's go check him out. Oh, he called it hacker replay. God, why does everyone always use that terrible fucking thumbnail from like 2019? What a terrible thumbnail. But he's doing a hacker replay. Everyone wants to be like me. We have one last match to watch, which definitely feels like overkill today because this has been an hour and 15 minutes, but I already downloaded it. We might as well watch it. In this match, we have the wrong names. None of the names line up. So maybe this last match is just going to be pointless. None of the, even the names in the text document, none of them add up. Hold on, because he says his name is Tall Zephyr, and he's accusing Fate Dot, and neither of those names are in this lobby. Let me see who actually submitted it as well. Lying to work less. He didn't submit it right. This actually happens a lot. You would be shocked at how often we get submissions that people don't include the like text document or anything. Like, there are so many submissions I get where I'm like, okay, this has enough rounds. The title seems interesting. And then I look at the text document and it's just blank. Because I think a lot of people, they get the match replay, put it in a zip with a text document, or try to add the text document to the zip, but then they don't save the text document, so the text document's just blank. And it's like, bro, I want to look at your match, but I can't because you didn't say anything, so I don't know what is happening. Okay. So it is, his name is Digital Pancake in this match. Let's find out. I think he just submitted the wrong one. We're going to look up his teammate who's called the Other Proton. Look at his match history. I believe this was ranked on Oregon, right? Okay. So this is the guy who submitted it. This is also the name of the file. It was called Mew2321. Okay. So looking at the matches he played, he's playing on Oregon. It's probably this match that he meant to submit. Yeah. Where they lose 1-4, and he accused Fate, Charlie Kirk, and Not Sly of cheating. It was mainly the Fate guy. We can look at his stats real quick. He's a diamond, now somehow in gold, or not gold, silver. Who plays with the Charlie Kirk guy? Are either of their stats sus? Not really. My guess, just based off this, because obviously we can't look too much into it since we don't have the actual match, he submitted the wrong one, is that he's probably getting boosted to diamond by playing with low rank people and just playing in low rank lobbies. Because he only plays with 2 bronzes, really, and then 1 unranked person. So they're probably just getting really low lobbies, which is why he got to diamond. And then he just hasn't done it since. That's my guess. Again, we don't actually have the real match, so I can't see, but obviously a diamond should not be in the lobby with, I think the Mewtwo guy was just like a career silver, right? Oh no, he is an emerald, so I'm sure it was probably, I don't know. Maybe it was fine. I can't tell. But wrong submission, so we're not even going to watch the 7th match, but that's it for Hacker Replay. That was actually really good today. Not many cheaters. And most of these submissions, again, were after the update, so not looking like there's that many cheaters compared to before. I had a lot of submissions from before the update, and I probably could have gone through those and shown you a lot of cheaters, but I did try to choose ones that were more recent because I wanted it to be more representative of what ranked is actually like right now since the update, because cheating at the beginning of the season was terrible. Could not go 1 or 2 games without facing a cheater. I got like 6 matches canceled on the very first day. So this is much more of what it's like, where I haven't really watched, or I haven't seen many cheaters in our matches. It's been fine. It's been fun. So I think that was a good example. 2 cheaters, 4 not cheaters, 1 wrong submission. We'll see what next week is like. I think, I don't want to be the Debbie Downer, but I do think next week cheats are all going to be back online. And I don't think this peaceful time will be long lasting. But we'll see. We'll see. I could be wrong. I always hope that I'm wrong, but I'm probably not.